but if you share, abantu kuti batamba limbi when they have time. My notifications, people are not being notified that we are live, so the only way people can know that we are live is if you share. Thank you for all the likes on TikTok. Mule pena, that's why mule for yoku mone chitumbi by giveni. Ha. Tamachi mone the body another is no. Body mubiri yena tamwa imone. Tamwa umone mwara peni na mo. Body yena tamwa imone. Good luck with that. Ubuntu TV, Ubuntu TV, Ubuntu TV, Ubuntu TV. This is my song, guys. I made this song on AI. Ubuntu TV, 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 Ubuntu TV.
News and trending stories, breaking news, hot topics, news, updates. Ubuntu is you and me, is everyone, is us. Ubuntu is humanity.
Ubuntu is humanity.
Join the Ubuntu family. We're bold, fearless, courageous. Follow the leading news channel Ubuntu TV. Ubuntu is you and me, is everyone, is us. Ubuntu is humanity. Join the Ubuntu family, we're bold, fearless, courageous. Follow the leading news channel, Ubuntu family, we're bold, fearless, courageous. Follow the leading news channel, Ubuntu TV. Ubuntu TV, 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 Ubuntu TV. Ubuntu TV, Ubuntu TV. News and trending stories, breaking news, hot topics, news, updates. Ubuntu is you and me, is everyone, is us. Ubuntu is humanity. Join the Ubuntu family. We're bold, fearless, courageous. Follow the leading news channel Ubuntu TV.
Thank you. Hi, MK6. Welcome to Ubuntu TV. And today we wake up to some, great news. We have received great news today. We received the news that the ECL case has, the ECL family, they have won the case in South Africa. That was the breaking news. And we also woke up to the news that the ECL family, they are demanding compensation for the loss of the funeral, which was cancelled on can you mute Falcon? Can you mute as you come in? Thank you, Falcon. Thank you. As you mute, can you come in? So we are waking up to great news today. And the news we are waking up to is that the ECL family has won the case in South Africa. The second thing is that the ECL family is demanding compensation for the cancelled funeral on June 25th. But then we have woken up to crazy news that the government has written a letter to demand to see the body of ECL. We are live on both TikTok and Facebook. And if you want to join the panel of discussion, you can join us on TikTok. Yes, so I am going to be banning people on Facebook. You are not here to disrespect me, to talk about my eyebrows, to talk about whatnot. Go and talk about your eyebrows, mother. Your mother's eyebrows. This is why we have to change this government. And as soon as we change this government, we are putting on to laws to... Actually, the laws are there. The laws are there for cyberbullying, but we are coming after you. Whatever you are typing here about my eyebrows, this is evidence for you to be cyberbullying me. How can a man, we are talking about national matters here, a man with 5 senses can start talking about my eyebrows? There is a critical issue which is going around the global affair, national affair, which is putting a family at the center of all this controversy. All you can do as a human being with 5 senses, if you have a brain, can you start talking about my eyebrows? I have banned him. And we are going to make sure that all this... No, we have to tell them. Don't worry about because they concentrate on things that don't even matter. Imagine. So can you people lock your Facebook profiles? If you're on Facebook and TikTok, lock your profile. These paid hooligans, idiots, will not have time to bully you. So what you must do is make your Facebook profiles private. Lock your Facebook profile, lock your TikTok profile. They cannot come in and see who you are. So do that. Mwilati no kuisa pa Facebook. Mule isa pa Facebook na pa TikTok. Ero no kukomenta mule komenta. But lock your Facebook profile. Lock your TikTok profile so they cannot have access to your information. That is number 1. So we have 3 topics. One, the first topic is good news. The Lungu family have won the case to bury their loved one in South Africa. And the number 2, the Lungu family, they are seeking compensation for the cancelled funeral on 25th of June. And number 3, we have seen a letter again from GRZ demanding to see the body of ECL. So I'm going to go through these letters and then we can open the panel for discussion. So number 1, let me start. We'll talk about the request to see the ECL body at the end. So let us talk about the case of where the Attorney General Kabeshi has lost the case. And I have the court order here. Somebody sent it.
It's true, they've won.
Yes, they have won.
So just a rumor.
It's not a rumor. It is actually there. I have the letter in front of me. It was sent to me. I have the letter to me, and I'll read the first 2 pages and the last one, because it's a very long court. Yes.
This God we praise.
Yes.
Oh,
so this is the letter, you guys. My Mona. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's on my Facebook page. If you are not on my Facebook, go and see. I posted the screenshots there on my page. And it says, in the High Court of South Africa, GVT Division, Pretoria, case number ... in the matter of GRZ applicant. And we all know the Lungu family. I'm just going to be brief, try to summarize everything. So for first to 7th respondents, heads of argument. So there is Esther, Betha, Tassila, Daliso, Chiesu, Charles Piri, Makebi Zulu, and 2 mountains. 2 mountains is kuya kumochari ukwabo mubili na eno moyabamu. So we go to I'm going to read introduction. These heads of the argument are delivered on behalf of the 1st to 7th respondents in opposition to the relief sought by the government of Zambia, the applicant. The applicant concerns the repatriation and burial of the late President Lungu, the former president of Zambia, who passed away in South Africa on June 5th. The applicant seeks to compel the repatriation of the late President Lungu's remains to Zambia for purpose of a state funeral, notwithstanding strong and consistent opposition from the late president's family, based on the late President Lungu's expressly communicated wishes and wishes of his wife and family. So then I'll go and read the judgment, so we all know what this is all about. It's a long final whatever. I don't know whatever they call it, response, whatever katwishu. My legal terms here. Our chitari, it's like how many? 70 pages. So I'm just going to the end of the judgment on page 73, conclusion. So I'm going to read the conclusion at the end of the judgment. So the conclusion, number 30.1, the applicant has failed to establish the legal or factual basis for the relief it seeks. The applicant is GRZ. So Valanda, the applicant has failed to establish any legal or factual basis for the relief it seeks. The respondents, particularly the first respondents, are the lawful surviving spouse, is entitled under South African law to determine the burial of the late President Lungu Mwamva. So under South African law, Mrs. Lungu is entitled to determine where to bury her husband. Then we go to 30.2. The late President Lungu's family wishes were dearly and repeatedly expressed in that he is not to be buried under the current administration. These wishes must be respected. We go to at item 30.3. The applicant's reliance on foreign law, including the Benefits Act and the Kaunda case, is misplaced. Neither has binding effect in South Africa and are both irrelevant in the face of local constitutional rights and common law burial principles. So by GRZ, when they went to fight this case in South Africa, Balilandati, they are whatever, they were basing their reason to demand ECL to be buried in Zambia, including the Benefits Act and the Kaunda case, which is the KK case. So the court in South Africa threw this out. It is saying it's neither binding in South Africa and both irrelevant in the face of local constitutional rights and common law burial principles. So mamona balungu ara bali shive. Balungu knew what was ahead. It is just Lungu wanted to be buried with respect. That's why somehow he was there for 6 months. He could have returned home and died in Zambia, but he didn't. Balungu died in South Africa for a reason, and his rights are being respected. And lastly, 30.4, there is no binding agreement to bury President Lungu in Zambia. Even if there were discussions, they do not override the rights of the family of the late President Lungu's wishes. Mayomfwila. Nangu muntu engalande shani. The family comes first to kushiko muntu. When it happened, we told them there. Any human being, the burial rights belong to the family. And lastly, the application fails to be dismissed with cause, including the cause of the two councils. So now I dismiss and cancel who were representing in this case. So this is the good news. The Lungu family, they have been cleared. Now, after the Lungu family were cleared, then there is another letter which you have seen. But before I go to that letter, let me look at, I want to just talk about the Lungu family is now seeking costs from GRZ over the cancelled South Africa burial on June 25th. And it is just right that the GRZ can refund whatever costs were incurred. People traveled. In fact, everyone who traveled to South Africa for that burial should sue this GRZ to compensate them. Because abantu bayire kulia mkushika. But ababa GRZ wali ishiwe ati wala suing aba Lungu family. You know, we all know what happened. So instead of this GRZ giving notice to people to say, don't travel, we are going to sue this family, they behaved quite in Indosh. Amano, ayaba GRZ, what behave quite in Indosh, wakavesh. This is my opinion, I can say it, I have freedom of speech. I'm not saying you are Indoshi, I'm just saying you are behaving quite in Indosh. Because Indoshi, ipumik shafye. So, ababakabeshi bayimine kwati n'indoshi. Abantu n'abasamba bale amkushika bayisangire mkoti. Who does that? Like honestly, who does that? If you are human and you have a heart, how can you do that? Abantu n'abemati bale amkushika. Mwabachita ambush with the restraining order to bury. So everything had to be shelved. People had traveled, they had to travel back. People had spent money, the whole family. Now we talk, before we even talk about people, Tulela and the people, about the family, the ECL family, they paid for this funeral. Everything was paid. So the money was lost because they had no time to cancel. Please, can you cancel can you mute as you come in? Can you mute as you come in? Otherwise, you will be dropped. Yeah. Can you mute as you come in? Otherwise, you will be dropped. So, our UPND, Vakabeshi, I'm not saying Imulindosh. I just said Kwatin Indosh. but they are going to stop the burial. Why didn't they even save the notice 2 days before so that people don't travel? Because South Africa ni mupepi bambibale imoluchero kuya mkushika bambi a day before. So a lot of losses were incurred. A lot of losses were incurred by the Lungu family and all the mourners who traveled. So area Shirio. Now the government have to deal with it, refunding, compensating the mourners and the ECU family for that cancelled funeral. And I'll read this letter. The former family of President Edgar Lungu is seeking a cost order against the Zambian government in South Africa High Court over cancellation of his planned burial in South Africa on June 25th. According to the family's latest submission, the burial was called off after Zambian government filed an urgent court application on the same day seeking repatriation of Lungu's body to Zambia. They argued that the government last-minute intervention caused significant emotional and financial stress, warranting a punitive order. Indeed, I agree. Mr. Lungu family says they were forced to abandon funeral arrangements which had already incurred costs for services, including the funeral home, venue hire, transport, clergy, and security. These expenses, they argue, were in line with the late president's wishes and undertaken under the family lawful authority. The family insists that Lungu had clearly and repeatedly expressed he did not wish to be buried under the current Zambian administration led by President Hakainde Hichilema. Meanwhile, the Zambian government maintains its stance on repatriating Lungu's body and move the family once to the court to dismiss. Hey, Jesus! God help us. Now, breaking story, tuafumoko nombate, wina case wa Lungu. Lungu family has won the case. GRZ, nobody cannot determine who to bury their loved one. Ama bury your rights. Now we panafa panoso. Family and they are kunshika. And if I leave my family wishes, nobody can override my family wishes. Nikuzambia mwangala. Wakaunda wale fokulala next na wakashibabo. Mwafi bobo nkanya mwachitefyo mulifaya. Nombano fiafi nefi defia chitike kuli wakaunda. This is what they used in the court to try and grab Lungu's body against Lungu's will. You cannot fight a dead body. By UPND, you cannot fight a dead body. Just by UPND, if you were like really honest people and Christians, as we are a Christian nation, you can just wash your hands off this case. Sambenifia kumaboko, you takwa wokulwa no muntu wafwa, because those people, they are in another world. Takwa wowa ya ku other side, daisa tuebati kunwa wafwa chaba so. It's another world. When you die, you cross over. You go into another world. So you can't fight a dead person because those are his wishes. And the Lungu family, techibaleke kuma wishes ayabashidire abatemi kwa babo. Mrs. Lungu cannot abandon wish yaba Lungu. And the entire family cannot do it. So if you want to fight the wish of Lungu, you can't fight the family because their hands are tied. You are fighting Walungu, you are fighting a spirit. And nobody has ever known, it has never ever happened where you want to fight a wish of a dead person. Where has it happened? So you want to use the Lungu family to fight a dead person. We are in problems. We are in problems. Now we move to the late breaking news. So abantu after baba kanina balusa kesi balembenkalata, they have started another case now. After they lost that case, now a representative of the government demand to inspect ECL's body. Okofyafika number. After balusa case atoke to alusa, now they are demanding to inspect his body. I'll read the letters and then we can comment. I'll open the panel for comment. I'll read the letters where they are demanding to inspect the body. It is really sad, mwebantu. File kalifia no mutwe. Ngawafingirira mo. It's just like, oh my God, how did we get here? How did we get here? Honestly, how did we get here? So let me read the letter where they are now, after they lost the case, Balusomlandu, now they were demanding to inspect the body. They are demanding to inspect the body. Welcome, my son. Welcome. I see my men are here. My sons are here. Welcome. I'm happy to see you. Long time. Namona Abakaya. Okay. Abakaya in the panel. So, yeah. Let me read the letter where they are demanding to see the body. And then I'll open the panel for your comments. It is so sad. Mwebantu bakwadesa. Katwishoko tuleya. Let me read the letter so that and then I'll be handing over the mic pretty soon so I don't dominate. Okay, so this is the letter. It's on my page. If you don't follow me, follow Queen Pumi on YouTube to catch all the missed videos. Follow me on Facebook. I posted this later. It's on Facebook. But you can follow me on YouTube to watch all the videos that you have missed. My monenkalateyo iyo opo ilipa Facebook page yandi. So let me just read it. So this letter is coming from VFV attorneys. Mashele attorneys, attention. Mr. Neo Mashele two mountain barrier services alabachula ababe ne banani ukukwino ko babe ne ba mochari ukukwa ba body aba ECO bachula. So is the one abali munkalate yini at two mountains burial services, extremely urgent in red. Dear sirs, the government of the Republic of Zambia, EDGAR Lungu and 7 others, case number ... And the letter reads, we refer to the court order issued by Judge President Ledwaba, June 25th, 25, amended on June 26. It's in terms of the said letter, we hereby request your consent to make necessary arrangements for a representative of our client to attend at the funeral parlor where the body of President Lungu is being currently kept for the purpose of identifying and authenticating the identity of the body. Mwebantu bakwalesa. Mule ngufwa. Mule umfikisha. As they wrote a letter, court case, dated 29, it's dated today, 29 July, the GRZ want to authenticate the purpose of identifying and authenticating the identity of the dead body of EDGAR CHAGWA LUNGU. So, Enkalateo, and then of course the rest is people. There is an article, Pretoria, from Pretoria, Tuesday 29th. the Attorney General of the Republic of Zambia has made an urgent application to Mashele attorney lawyers for the EDGAR Lungu to be granted permission of the representative of the state to see and inspect the body of the late president. Like, who does that?
Madam President, sorry, can I come in a bit? There's just something I need to clarify. Are you okay with that?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I've seen the document that you are referring to, that you are saying it's a judgment. Let's correct that. It's not a judgment. It's a submission by the family, and the judgment is yet to come.
Okay.
So let's just clarify that it's not a judgment.
Okay. So there is a clarification to say the document that I received is not a judgment, is a submission by the family. So thank you.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
All right. So it is a submission by the family. So after the family submitted that document, so the government realized that they are not going, it looks bleak for them. So now they are demanding for someone, a government representative, to go and inspect the body. Thank you for correction, Madam Chief Advisor. That is my one and only international chief advisor. Thank you, Mama. Appreciate that. I appreciate
You're welcome.
appreciate
You're
that.
welcome, Madam
Yes.
President.
Thank you so much. So the letter here that I'm reading, the Attorney General of Zambia, they wanted the mob kuliokuli chitumbi balafa kuliokuli chitumbi basuminishe somebody to go and inspect ichitumbi from GRZ. In a letter dated, we already read this, so I think I end here. But in ending, I just want to make my last words before the panel is open. Is like kwena, okay, doctors are professional people. They are licensed, and the doctors certify body ninchito yabo. So doctor ngata certify a body dead. How can the government of Zambia now try to send people to go and certify a body which is already dead? How? Does that make sense, Mwebantu? So, did part when EDGAR Lungu's body was supposed to come into Zambia, how did they agree to have the funeral in Zambia without people certifying the body? Because remember, when June 18, that body was supposed to come to Zambia, and none of the GRZ officials had seen that body, but they agreed. So, nombalelo bachinja tawe, balefwa ya government representative, ukumono mubidi wabalungu. Imemwelena Zambia, inelo nale kula. In fact, balelesha na pakulolesha pachitumbi kamonga ni bruru obe. Kuzambia fye tuwa kulileta kwa abo kulolesha pachitumbi balelesha. So now how can a government demand using the legal systems to see umubiri wa balungu? Awe never family bali umona kali umubiri wa balungu. As long as the family, close family, the children, the wife see the body, then it's up to them to allow who else to see the body. Ngani kuno kuwesita kwa ama funerals, they are private. Where people are civilized, they have actually continued to keep body viewing private because that has been a traditional, it is a culture. It is our culture to body viewing has always been private. Nombe chisere chakwe bati every jima njaki kuya mkutambo mubili wa muntu. Chafu makui. We have to nip this in the bud and have to stop this madness and nonsense. It's bullshit. For lack of a better word, it is bullshit. Elo tuwale kulabale tuweba. Takuri kuloresha pa chitumbi cha muntu unless ni bruru obe. No mbabe necho bakosele eri muntu ama doctors bali chitaka nchito yabo. They have certified that body. It is their job. It is a job to certify a body by signer. No mbabena balefo ayafye. Abantu babo bakaye mkumone chitumbi chabalungu. Why? What is a special reason? Are they doubting the credibility of the South African doctors who certified that body dead? Mukomona no, but the next thing that will happen is that these doctors or morticians or pathologists, they will sue the government. The next thing, you will hear lawsuits coming from South Africa suing this Zambian government for doubting their whatever. I don't know what word to use. It will come to me. It's like you're a medical doctor. Walisambira ma doctors wala sambira 7 years. Elonga watu wabe specialist mambi 10 years ale sambira. Can they doubt the signature or certification of these highly accomplished people? Bahaka Indian government mwala leta inkondo between South Africa and Zambia. Because what this means is you are doubting the credibility of the medical personnel who certified to say this is Valungu who has died. Elo muntu nga afwa mulatula mone fe bachita. Vetaba blulu. You go and identify the body. The only person who identifies the body is the family. Nangu muntu nga afwa fileta mwachi wako na basanga body muntu nafa basenda family. Kashiteni identify blulu wenu. Family nga yalanda 2-3 family members when they say chachini. Nina nikani oyuri hapa. Chapwa. Do you need to have a gang of a government who actually killed this man through apathy, health apathy, to go and say that he's dead? When his wife and children, they are in South Africa now for 2 months. Mourning, and this UPND government is doubting that ACO is dead. So you are doubting the South African system. This is what it is. You are insulting the credibility and integrity of the South African medical system, which is like a first world. So are you saying that Walungu is gone somewhere? Do you think the South African government and medical healthcare system can sign off to lie that EDGAR Lungu has died when he actually didn't die? Is this the narrative you are trying to push, that EDGAR Lungu is somewhere? Is this what you are saying? You are doubting the credibility and the integrity of South Africans. You are accusing the South Africans of lying that Lungu didn't die. So so you are actually insulting the integrity and credibility of the South Africans by asking for you to go and see this body by Zambian government. Before we even go any further, this same government had a leaked audio where they are saying Judge Afrido Kuria. There is a leaked audio implicating you, Zambian government. Ukutuma uli omuntu omwatumine Chabinga ku South Africa. Afrido Kuria judge. Chabinga was already there to go and do the dirty work. I end here. So if anyone wants to comment on that, you can comment. But this is very upsetting. So now they want just to delay this funeral, the burial. So so they will be ruling on that case to stop the burial. Now they'll start ruling. There is another case for for them demanding to see the body. What kind of people are you?
They are just trying to find a way of making sure
because yeah,
because it's not normal.
In the first place, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mama Tilly.
In the first place, Zambia, if satanism, let me use this word. If worship satanism, it's all over Zambia. And it's so scary because if you see, president until Fiafika court. Now that didn't work out for them to come and do whatever rituals they wanted to do, because I can call it rituals, because why should you want a body of, he's not your relative, he's not even part of your tribe, you are just from far away.
He was your enemy. Enemy of it.
And it's far away. Traditional so why should you say pakafie in the first place? And then now why you kuya kumocha? What is the most thing you inspect? Why?
Yes, we are saying now the South African government need to take this government to court. They should actually throw out this lawsuit.
Yeah, even they are requesting to go and see the book for what?
Imagine.
They have every power and everything, even to tell them that the reform was relatives. Why should you go there? Why should you?
The doctors, when my father died, we were there. My father died, I was on his bedside. Because in the Sabaida. I was there when my father took his last breaths. I was on his bedside. And the Marisa that okay, doctor to certify him dead. And when the doctor came to certify my father dead, he's like any other family members around. Bed before Tawalaba session kumog. They asked us, all family members, so I was there, my brother was there, my sister and her husband. So we were like 5 family members. Batwita, Basaina. Then we took the body to the morgue. So the man has already been certified dead. It's him, he died. They actually certify the body dead in the ward before they take it to the morgue.
No, but okay, me, I'm a bit confused. But if inspecting,
that is a humiliation. You can't just go and start opening, doing whatever, looking at somebody. That is humiliating a dead person.
If you offer one that you are inspecting, maybe if they are suspecting he was killed, or maybe it was an accident, such kind of.
No, they have nothing unless if it's their family and the children. They don't even need to come off. And it never happened where family members you certify the body dead, and then the day of the burial, they call you like my mom, because she was a female, in the morgue to witness before they put her in a casket. And they just called family members to prepare my mom's body for burial. It is a very private thing. It's not every Jim and Jack who's allowed to see. In fact, according to our traditions and custom, there is no one. ukumona pachitumbi body viewing kwimina fyokutali but mwaya alosha nomba benecho bakoserere okumona omubiri chinshi we already have the thing where it was circulating pa 18 lyabalingiri okuleta omubiri balefayo okusenda omubiri in a private room. Let me read it. There is already an article at 14:30 hours on June 18. At 14:30 hours on June 18, they were supposed to take the body of EDGAR CHAGWA LUNGU, the 60th president, to a designated place for a short church service. This is why the Lungu family cancelled the arrival of the ECL's remains on June 18. This government, they planned to take the body of ECL in a private room where the family were not even aware. Balefa basendo mubiri wa Lungu where the family didn't even know for a church service. Church service yanshi. When Lungu balilandira, the person who will preside over my church service, any church service would be by Bishop Alec Banda. So who was supposed to preside over that secret church service 14:30 at the airport? Who was supposed to preside? You tell us.
Church service for me. I just think to my own just description I can give it. Maybe it was just something to do with rituals or something. I can say that. Because how can you make a private church service without the family members accepting that? Because they have to agree. Everyone has to agree. Now, whenever pastor or whoever wants, the family has to be there and accept to say, okay, we'll do that. But June 18. From South Africa, the body was just supposed to go from there straight to Chifwema. But you have become mama program without consulting the family. They made the whole program and they made this the whole funeral by invitation. Who does that? Who makes a funeral of a former Republican president who ruled the country for 7 years? Ilia in airport ni legacy yakwe. Ela mwakanya abantu ati mwike sako. Mwaisishako baka pokola. Na fake PF faction Chavinga. News was there that they were printing t-shirts to go as PF when the real PF were not invited. Mwebantu bakwalesa. The documents are in black and white. Education is free. Mom for a praise singer. You just come here to start saying whatever we are saying is lies. But the documents are in black and white. Did I print the document? The documents are everywhere. This program was released by the cabinet. Niba Patrick Kangwaba yaba release program ya burial yaba ECL on June what? On June 18. Who produced the program? Is it me? It was not me. It was Patrick Kangwa who produced the program for burial. Omoba Bikiri at 14:30 Bala Tuala Badi for a short church service. Number for a church service, how? The same HH was saying without Veramina Mama Church. He used to follow ECL like a thug. If ECL goes to, they hear at ECL is going to this church, they'll send him a thugs there or Bakapola to a church there. Huh? You were sending thugs. ECL couldn't even go to church. And now you want to be in the forefront to receive him at a church without the family knowing? Holding a church service without the family? Commander Banyele Katigani Ziele or whatever his name is. He's the one who opened my eyes. Baziele Balilandesh boarding Africa from Zambia, Chapwa, we are taking it over. and lesefyo aba umuntu nga lechita plan ivo umwini ale yulula ama bali yulula beni ama plan yabo ukweba they are going to take over that body.
That's true.
And then all the ECO family, they would have been arrested in Oshtanga Bali Munan. So napera mkwai. We are not going to be silenced as Zambians. And you should stop embarrassing us in the whole world. What kind of people are you? Why are you doing all this? Why? Why? Why are you doing all this? What say like if you're tapali ukuitile panongandela ndobufi kabien kuma page yenu. And all of you who are watching, thank you for watching and following this page. All the videos, we download them on YouTube. Hello, if a Panopa Ubuntu TV, we have been here talking every day to combat this fake news. Because they try to paint Esther Lungu as the woman who is against Lungu to be buried in Zambia. No. Esther Lungu is following her husband's wishes. And even me, I would not allow people to force their wishes over my husband. Because that's the last thing I'm ever going to do for my husband. That's the last thing I'll ever do for my husband. So I will honor his wish. Even if it means I die honoring that wish, so be it. And the Lungu family, they are right there. The Lungu family where they have reached, if we are going to die honoring Lungu's wish, so be it. But the sad part is just the embarrassment which this government is causing for Zambia.
Yeah, it's bad.
Ngana mileta pa big screen you can come in. You know. Mwe bantu bakwalesa. Tuwarai karashani na bantu tuwareta bad. Can you even say you are an honorable man behaving like this? Now you want to criminalize, you want to use the justice system for your criminal agendas. You want a justice system for your criminal agendas. Ni muzambia mwaberesha. Ine no baba ino pona umfiletia judge afili alia analiba sula. This is my opinion. Kuti na alanda mathos and defonde tontonkanya. Opona umfiletia binga lelanda judge afili alia analiba sula. Justice system Zambia na nali sula. Go Kuli line here, I think change to Konke line, and then yeah, I'm done talking. Backups. Welcome by Robin, by Pauline, welcome by Isaac, good to see you. Everyone mute as you come in. Yeah, by God and welcome. If you are on the big screen, then this is your time to talk.
Mommy, I'll pass for now.
Okay. And then who came next? Vatili.
I'm just disappointed with the government. I thought they'll pull out Nabalusa. I thought they are going to pull out to say, okay, let's leave the family to do what they can or bury you and whatever. But they are still insisting for the same thing that they've lost. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just failing to understand the government now. If they want to assist, if they want to help, let them be at the background. But to make of your representatives. Now come up chance government, but therefore I will go something. They will call them from Mubantu, and then they go back. Let them just watch from afar. Irrespective of like whatever we were asking for, it's just for them to be good background. If we want them, we will call them. If we don't want them, before feeling it amaliro akapita pati bakaleko kumaliro nga balevu ngata balevu abekizamo. That's all, ma. Thank you.
Thank you, Twatotela Bachichi. The floor is yours. If you want to say something, so we'll drop you so that we can let other people join in. If you're not speaking, Bachichi girl, what is your comment on everything that is going on? Our Mandini, these people. Okay, Bachichi, I think Tabali ready. Kuchi mwaisaba Exodus.
Okay, nami posha bonse papane o nami posha ba mama iwesu ba kwenye mbumi. Inefoni ngalanda umuchinshi kwibumba na kuchupuna watu walilai. Elo foni ngalanda kwenye fya kwebati Zambia is a Christian nation. Nefya guroshi yesu fifwaye. Pantuna de satafwaye indoshi tafwa baka wola la tafwa ba di bonsi aba panda mushi da yaba bifaini. So nefoni ngalanda fya kwebo kwebati. Ifwe bene ngatwalosha pabana tule kwata abantu kufwete. Ineni ngwata abana limbi na 5 na mashina mina mono kule balaba. Bantu abana na kwata na bafula. So iseni ifwe tungelire Zambia to be divided. Elo inefoni ngalanda ichirilo chirilo fi. Elo no losha yesa kimkwalo sho ndosha ni ndosha nomba inepufoni ngalanda padi chichiro chaba president besu wa EDGAR Lungu chakweba number 1 badaba EDGAR Lungu tabadi ma president wa PF but na bashitawala batabali vota they were also filamulanda mwe babomba fita tubomba market ama taxpayers taxpayers like you quit, I don't know. Yes, so now they also contribute to the tax. So now bashitawala badi mba president bawo. So now ngwalo bonse bale punda bale lefuachi bamone pamubiri wa EDGAR Lungu. Na bashitawala bandi tubafwa yoku mwana bashitawala bamita bamona. Tuse umfyasho chachi nekwena naya. Nangu mulefu okyana munikungango kwa chinena banji pairo omwana. Ufire washinincha chachi no imwana wandiwepe. Chuwai mano na amabaka watino kuti. Inepa chibanji pairo yomwana na alashitaso. Nama shiru yala kwa deko ya fuma na babululu balesa mweleka na masuchi na madai nokulando kweba ati yali lishu Yesu nga wadilipe wadilipungire na kujere kutiwaya inefo ningalanda bali ifyo onsele fyonse Israeli pabyo mutende bali ifo wonse fwebena Zambia because twakwata pe Zambia ingafye imo tatwa kwata ma Zambia ile atinga chabuka kumbi kuti so the government na ba family baba lungu bafide beka le panish because ba lungu tabali fe besu babo beka but na ifwa ni matata besu na ifwa cha tukalipa na ifwa to alikuwa te chikongo tulalila tatwale kano kulilo kufuma fe pali ba sata tulalila na pali ba lungu tulalila lelo iseni tubiga ko mutende tuyikosho muliro pantu muliro nga wakosa balanda ti ocha bataba kwafisha okushinya tabamoneka so ifo tuyikosho muliro iseni twatungulire wonse abantu beka depansi inefo linga na fimbicha last mukusondwerera ngatwala ngati ba government kali badefo okumona pa mobili wala mboku yirufya fwebene because inga mwairu kwa president baba UPNG PF by the way ba president wa PF aleni baba UPNG aleni bakaindi bagandiro kwebati bamone balefo bashlinkishi because they choose to announce kwebati you now what away kanongo umuntu walefo kuishwati ndefo kumuyipaya era ngo amfava tawo na fotonda tawo na for yumuntu but umuntu otawoyipeye nangu lindoshi ili onse kulabati yali pandro kwangati kapipa yangata.
Hello.
Hi, is this Pumlo?
Yes, it is.
Wait, is it
Cumulo. You just say it how you read it. Yes. Oh, I'm nosy. Wow, wow. You South Africa? Oh my God. Oh, nice. I am nosy from Western Zambia. I know I use that too sometimes to throw people off. I just put an H. So they're like, what? Yeah. Yes. Yes. What's your name? Oh, how do you spell that? Okay, Kato. Okay, nice to meet you. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. 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 Sounds good. Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't. Right. Right. Okay. I can take less if they really want, I just need to get back to work. But what are they offering if without the certification? Uh-huh. Okay. So, their maximum, they are only 41. I just need to get back to work, so I like it because I fit the role. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So let's start there and then, because sometimes experience precedes qualification, you know. Like you can have the certification without experience, so then what are you? Okay. Okay. Yes, because I work at Coca-Cola, so it's a big warehouse there, like all the time. Yes, such as, cargo channel, you know, and the drivers bad injury from seeing, the drivers who were on cargo.
not really chemical, but just repetitive symptoms and couple penicillin, like in the car accidents, no, truck accidents, mostly truck drivers. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Actually, even more because I was at Coca-Cola for like 15 years and we process at least maybe 50 to 20 claims annually, and then city of Carlsbad and officers, you know, there's a lot of injury repair, exposures, return to work, stay, you know, making sure I have the pay in their own firm and helping them clean the first aid and return to the doctor's appointment and all that. So pretty much like 360 experience in that. Yes. Yes. With a such a help, yes. Yeah, if you want to contact with such a help, I went into what happened when I did a short term but I was there for 5 years. Okay, you can go ahead and pass you. Yes. Right, yeah, yeah. So you want to So that was a contract. They needed somebody just to fill in. They went into on-site HR administration. So I was just helping them to implement the aspect of the off-site HR as well. Okay. Yeah, I will adjust thank you for the tip. I'll adjust my resume to just have more going. Actually, I trust you, so I approve already from this conversation. You can go ahead, yeah. Yeah, right, right, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, yes, okay. save your number. If we don't get this one, at least I have somebody who Okay, thank you. I'll save your number. Okay, no problem. Take care. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.
Even our president, they are just following what their father told them. Even when I'm away now, I'm going to family and once my condition of if once as a country, Zambia, we should actually applaud that family for loyalty and love, even in death. So that forgiveness, and you are judging them as a Christian that they have that hatred or that heart of, how can I say, they're not forgiving the president. That's your conclusion. And then you are judging them, but don't be prejudiced as a Christian, because what they are just following here is what their father and husband said. It has nothing to do with hatred. And that's the point, Mr. Rabba, because you're confusing the two. So what he said before, even in anger, that's why the we landed on our floor. But what if after that then he forgave them? Say, no, you're just assuming because you're not there. You're just assuming. We are going to assume because we can also assume to say, okay, what if Tabaranji? Because we are also not there when you were saying that. But for the sake of peace, please, Mr. Exodus, that's the reason why people were there, they're telling you. People were there, they're telling you. The wife was on the bedside of this year. Listen, we are Christians for goodness sake. We are Christians. Let's then na Bible verse here. Christian, you are judging the Lungus. No, I'm not judging the Lungus. I'm also judging.
So yes, so Baba Exodus.
There are some people who are by this time around. I want to put photos. No, Mr. Exodus, just have a pen. Mr. Kriano, the way it is, huh? Even we go to ask for forgiveness if we want our sins to be forgiven. We don't assume in the case of government, when you say they should forgive each other, the first question we need to ask ourselves: has government asked for forgiveness from Malungu family? They haven't. Listen, even in marriage, you can forgive your wife for the sake of maybe your children to say, because you get that point, right? So just a question. Do you mean to say even when ask for forgiveness, then you're not willing it to change? Because I gave you an example to say there was a case of Edith Nawapi. Okay, the same mistake that was made on Edith Nawapi was the same mistake that was made on this year. Okay, I don't want to go that side because I'm not a politician and I don't know much. It's not about being a politician, but these are things that are happening in our country, Zambia. You understand? Now, what about now? You, myself, and our children. Exodus. Mr. Lamba, let me answer this one. Let you. Hold on, Falcon. You'll be clear. Hold on, Falcon. Exodus, you're talking about Christianity. I'll give you just one example, okay? Your president. You know the story. No. Which president? The UPND president. Okay. Okay. You know him, yes? You know what happened with Chishimba Kambwili when he was going with his two brothers? What happened? He had an accident, but the government did not drive his vehicle. No. Without Mr. Lamba. Falcon, I know why, and I'll let you come in on that one because I know you're closer to this issue.
So when Chishimba Kambwili was you know what happened, and he lost his two
brothers.
Yes. Who are also elders in the same church that the UPND president claims to be an elder. Okay? Those guys are proper church elders in the Adventist church, and you should see, if you go on YouTube, you will see the funeral and everything and how everything was conducted. Okay?
Yeah.
And you're talking about forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
You think that the punishment and the loss that Jishimba Kambwili went through, any president that has a Christian conscience, as Imumule Sapa, the Christian man, would have allowed that case to go ahead and Jishimba Kambwili to be incarcerated like that.
So can I ask you, are you a Christian?
I'm a Christian, yes.
What does the Bible say about breaking laws?
No.
Do you know that Jesus Christ was circumcised according to law? Okay, Mr. Exodus.
So Mr. Exodus.
Yes.
You know what, Mr.
Let's face the reality. Let's face the reality.
Yes,
and
yes.
Then when you,
listen, you've come here and you're talking about forgiveness. I've asked you a clear question about Chishimba Kambwili. You're trying to go a different direction. You're not talking about forgiveness. You're talking about.
So are you saying we should forgive all the prisoners that we have in Zambia? Because
Exodus. He's gone. Thank you, Queen Pomi.
No, I think we can answer him. Let him listen from the audience because he wants to distract our conversation.
You see how people are selective when it comes to certain issue. In any normal Christian country that has values, that case, Chishimba Kambwili, a president should have just pardoned him and said, look, this case, let's withdraw. Our brother has suffered enough. Because that 3 months that is gone there, it's not going to bring his brothers back. And even him probably thinks if things could have been done differently, he would have probably acted differently. But losing your 2 brothers is more painful than any. They can send you for 10, 20 years. You choose to have your 2 brothers alive. You know, and this man comes here, and this is what I'm saying, that, let's exchange numbers. We talk about Christian values and forgiveness. And then when we ask him a simple question about forgiveness and love, and then he starts saying, that's not what we're saying. Anyway, let me just make my contribution, what I wanted to say. I might be wrong on this one, but I'm just seeing a certain pattern, and it probably could guide me. I gave an example to my wife, I think, like the way this government is treating Zambians. It's like you are in a house and the 4 walls are coming slowly towards you. You know, and you don't know, you just feel like the house is getting smaller and smaller and smaller until crash. Because I did ask a friend of mine to say, can we write what this government has been doing wrong in the last 30 days? Always I realize that. And imagine we started writing a list, and you imagine we even forgot to put Chabinga's word. That's how bad it is. This government and Akainde Ichilema, what it's trying to do is a tactic of how you divide the country. You start by just, and then Mr. Fee upset, panono. You know when you've got a husband, do for kutanze panganda, oromka shuwe, alifo afipwe. First, nga pushe nchitokuma 17 Africa 1730, 1745. You know, I'm gonna tell Rwanda until they push you, until you just say, finish stick up, and then you reach a saturation point where you just say, you know what, enough is enough. You go. Oh, mambo kura munganda. This is what this guy is doing. He is trying to make Zambians react. He's done everything, but mambo kumana fed, na chinje fita parofabaresta, na chinje fita faresta. Then it gets to the issue of land. This is a very sensitive issue, and he has to be stopped. There are people that have probably invested in these assets for their generation, and for them to find out that that investment is gone because of one or two issues. You come from a different region and you're in a region you this land when it comes to issues of land, that is fine. So for me, the only thing I can like what I've been saying is this guy is trying to fish. Who's going to get it? And let's be wise enough not to give it to him, because all he wants is for Zambians to go on the streets and protest. No, but just to protest to the guy is not even building anything. So now abantu no in 1990 kwada riot kwada mashani, but uyena ngumuri ya mushte riot and marato afishi. He can't even build the toilet. So the only thing we need to do is let's educate people and tell them that we can see the tactic that he's using here, and we're not going to buy it. We will talk. We will use other means to inform people. If we have to protest anywhere in Pumi, if you have to protest here in America and stuff, that's the direction we need to go. Where we have to start now, international peaceful protest around, whether it's in Europe, in US and stuff. Let's make noise for our people back home in Zambia. Because the issue of land, you see, in every country, when the issue of land comes up, that is the most dangerous policy you ever do. And you could see, even when he was talking about it, even when I'm in a room with them State House, you could see the way that they couldn't even look at him, because they could see that no, if he's home. You know, so my people, this is it, like the journey that we're on. It's gonna get very bumpy, and if you have blood pressure, always make sure you've got that medication near you. It's gonna get bumpy. This guy is gonna make us earn our money. We're gonna talk. We're gonna say things that we've never said. And all I can just say to you is be strong and do not fall for his traps. Because these traps that he's setting, he just wants people to react and bring certain beasts that people like Father Mpombo have been praying for us to be good people. You know, you've been telling us to love one another, but there's people that are trying to bring that beast out of us, and we refuse it in the name of Jesus. Please, my people, let's keep talking and let's not give it to him. If we do anything, and I on the issue of land, I can imagine parents around the country now we can put my farm and worried, you know, and worried. It's so unnecessary. How can you, as a president, be causing so much mental health? The issue of electricity has caused a lot of mental health in Zambia. I don't know what I want to know about a farm. I can't farm after 10, 15 years. You're asking yourself, what we should situation and family. That's not normal. Anyway, let me stop here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's keep talking. Thank you.
Okay.
Madam Bumi, can I come in?
Yes. Don Oscar, welcome the panelists. So we can drop as we speak. After we speak, there's a queue there. People are trying to come in. I want Don Oscar to speak before you because he's trying to answer so that we don't lose the train of thought. So can you?
Oh, I saw that.
Yes.
I saw you were laughing. You realized it was a praise singer.
Yes. So I want to add Don Oscar because he said a lot of things
He even said forgiveness. You know, the Lungu family actually forgave this government by them agreeing to bury Lungu in Zambia on June 18. Remember? They were willing to put everything behind, and they agreed to work with the government on June 18. But what threw everything off is this government. They hijacked the funeral, they made the program, and then there was a secret service at 14:30 where the family was not even aware or consulted. Atibala sendo mubiri. They were about to hijack ekitumbi ky'abalungu n'okukitwala kuka secret service. So how can people, because iriri ashine nariri konka. I have followed this Lungu case for the same reason, like this person who came. This is the white wari perapano paubuntu. We are a team and we've been here talking. I only took a break recently because it has been prolonged. But the first 2 weeks when our president died, we were here day and night. 2 weeks to alipano tulelanda fye. So ili ashiri. Here at Ubuntu tapari winga tuwepa tuwalili konka. Tapari ukafuika ba Esther Lungu na family ya Bamana ya Mbushi or blame them.
Oh, thank you for that.
We are not going to allow it because tuwalili konkele, because we saw how Lungu was criminalized in 2020 to 2021 until we lost the election. They are masters of deception and creating this, creating propaganda. And me, I bought into that propaganda. But thank God, Narifuma Mkabotoro. Don Oscar, you can take it away. Don Oscar?
Thank you very much. Good evening, good morning. Some of you it's now good morning. Others it's good evening. So yeah, I was listening to Exodus. I wanted to answer him when he was on the platform, because when it comes to matters regarding the gospel and faith, I think it is time. It is right time that we start now also shaming those who does bad interpretation of the scriptures. They do a lot of bad interpretation of the scriptures. They use it very badly. They use it just according to their likeness, whatever they want to portray, and they do that. So the young man, Exodus, I don't know whether it's a young man, it's an old man, but he was talking about something that he doesn't understand. Before I can answer to that, I was listening this afternoon to Fimba Upoke. I just happened to listen to what he was portraying. So if somebody listened to Fimba Upoke, they are trying to carry a narrative. They are carrying a different narrative. They are calling the family of Lungu a criminal enterprise. They are saying Lungu was involved with the other people. Yes, they're using the word syndicate here. Yes, they are using the word as that it has been a syndicate. So the one has been arrested in France. You see, we are just coming. Last week we are talking about Robert Chalinga, who was sent to South Africa to go and bribe or to go and do imingalato in South Africa. Now here comes Fimba Upoke again. He's now talking about someone who has been arrested in France, etc., etc. I'm not going to say whether this is true or not, but what is important to discuss about this is these people, they are not even ashamed to bring foreign countries in question. This is very serious. How do you start mentioning foreign countries without shame, without respect? This is exposing the security of our country. It's exposing the security of our country. So it's shameful.
It's shameful what is happening. We have never come to this extent in Zambia. As I remember, even from Kaunda, we were a blessed country. People were so much envying this country. Zambia is a beautiful country, a peaceful country, multi-tribal country, 73 tribes, one Zambia, one nation. Indeed, in truth, one Zambia, one nation, in truth. We have never thought of our friends, our brothers and sisters from the southern province as the enemies. We have never, nobody has ever. Since I've done my studies, I've never heard anybody talking about the people of southern province as bad people. We have never seen these things. We have never seen the family or a ruling government or a ruling president starting attacking a former president in such a way. It has never happened. Now, that said, Uyunanikane Exodus, if we're strong Fundako, we can teach him the story of Lungu. Is also a sad story. You remember Exodus, they have initiated a reputation which Zambia will carry this reputation for years and years and years. The shame that have been brought in the face of the Zambian country, it will take many years to repair it. People are not going to say because of the government, because of President cancellation, but they are going to say Zambian people. This is the information which has gone around now. In Zambia they do this. In Zambia, they are hunting for a stumbi. In Zambia, they are hunting for a family, a widow. A widow for that sake. A widow for that sake. Do you understand, gentlemen? On for Exodus. Exodus chapter 24.
Chapter 22.
Yes.
Chapter 22.
Chapter 24, verses 17.
Oh, okay.
Exodus chapter 24, verses 17. I think I will start with verses 16. I'll start there. Fathers may not be put to death for their sons, no sons for fathers. Each is to be put to death for his own sin. So here it's saying, putting to death, it means judgment. We will not be judged. We are not going to be judged for the sins of other people. We are going to be judged for our sins. So 17 now, verses 17, I go from there. You must not pervert justice in dealing with a stranger or an orphan, nor take a widow's garment in pledge. They are talking about orphans and the widow. So, Lungu's wife is a widow. Tasila is an orphan of the father. Tasila becomes an orphan of the father. You must not pervert justice in dealing with an orphan. We are talking about the justice in South Africa. We must not pervert. Perversion, it means imingalato. Yeah, I think it's a good translation. Somebody who have a pervert. If you're a pervert, you say no when you are supposed to say yes. You say yes when you are supposed to say no. Like Exodus, instead of saying, I sympathize with the Lungu family, I sympathize with the widow, and we sympathize with that family, but now somebody who is perverse starts saying, no, explaining something which is not there. What is here is, there is a widow. And in our tradition, if somebody dies, the nurses and doctors, they said, we have 2 dead bodies in the mortuary. So remember Exodus. We have 2 dead bodies. Can any relative come and identify the bodies? So remember Exodus. Why didn't our president go to Mufumbo and look at the bodies of those unidentified bodies? Because he's not a relative. They were waiting for relatives who could have identified the body. So the person who is supposed to identify the body of Dr. EDGAR CHAGWA LUNGU is, first of all, the wife, second, the relatives. The government does not. There's no authority of any government leader to go and identify the body. It's a family that identifies the body. So, even 17 now, remember that you were a slave in Egypt and that Yahweh, your God, redeemed you from there. That is why I lay this charge on you. Okay? So, don't touch the widow. This is Exodus. That is God speaking to Israel. And God speaking to the kings. Do not touch a widow. Do not touch an orphan. And on this platform, even if we are not related to Walungu, we are defending the widow. We shall speak for an orphan. Pachiliro, takwa vaiboke mukutwala kuchiliro muntu widow amutwala na kuchiliro mipamba akale fitwalela ndati mipamba mwatutoleshe mipambesho sakanshi nomba tukalandesha ni wachilala ndo Exodus sachila bepo kufiati I don't do politics. Politics is distinct from human life. Human life is the all totality, which comprises of your psyche, your knowledge, and your intelligence, your soul and your body, your spirit and your body. That is a human being. So nga walikwata psyche ni brain. Walikwata kofe brain iwe. Nama politics tuwalanda nangu tewe politician wa Exodus kumifundeko. Because me, I'm a man of God, I don't do politics. Who told you? Who told you? We serve the people. If I serve the people, there is something that the UPND have messed up and they have really negative. You went to insult Bishop Banda. Echina ale mifunda kale na mboku mifunda kwe.